out to do some training this morning, although I don't really know that it should be called training, because the idea of training infers a preparatory act, and this is not preparatory. This is the act itself. So I'm out moving across my landscape, my natural landscape, as well as some of the landscape that we have created in the city of Lethbridge. And I've given myself some tasks. I want to go check on the currant bushes by Spopikami, which is way out on the other side of the high level bridge. So that's a few kilometers away at least. If there's currants, I want to bring some back to eat with part of my breakfast. Then I want to cross the river the old-fashioned way and check on the Saskatoon berries. See how they're doing as far as what their level of development is right now. If they're good, I might bring some of those back too, but mainly I want to check on the Saskatoons just as a means of knowing where they're at in terms of their ripeness and launching a full-out berry harvesting if and when they are ripe. I want to, another task is just to take some general note of the phenology of the coulees. Look at what's happening right now with different plants and animal species as I move along, not to be unaware of them. Some of those insights may lead me into other harvests. I also want to take as another task the opportunity to train myself in fitness and movement in the manner that you see right now, running, as well as taking advantage of other opportunities to develop strength and various agilities. So that's 4 big tasks in one morning, and I'm hoping it won't take more than a couple hours to accomplish all that. Get home for breakfast. All right, first important phenological note. I noticed running along that these are skunk brush sumac berries. They are not only ripe, but starting to get overripe. So if I'm gonna harvest any, that needs to happen really soon. The skunk brush sumac is an excellent source for vitamin C. It's got crazy citric acid on it. It's like eating Sour Patch Kids candy, and it's very sticky. the berry does have a significant seed content as compared to flesh, and so so in general, what I would do with it is, rather than eating it, although I would eat some, most of it I would dry and then use it in water. Just soak the whole dried berry in water, and it'll make like a lemonade, and kind of like a lemon vitamin water. So I'll need to get out there and do that. If I find that the currents aren't good at Spobikimi, then I may use my container today to pick some of these skunk brush. But otherwise, I'll try to get out in the evening very soon and pick some. couple of phenological notes all along this route. There's a lot of this showy milkweed. Right now it's all in flower, in bloom. There's none of the flower buds left, which would be the only edible part of this plant. So I've completely missed out this year on a taste of the showy milkweed. You see back here though, you see the white flowers. Those are white sweet clover, and we have white sweet clover down here and yellow sweet clover. Look at this big old break in the path. Let's try to negotiate that even better. Let's try a good leap. This is what I want to do with obstacles in my environment. I want to learn how to use them to my benefit. Well, before we leap that, might as well show this. This plant, Soxoiatsis, stinging nettle, is right perfect to gather. So I need to get out and gather a whole shitload of that too, for both for the greens to eat and for the tea to drink. All right, let's leap this thing. That's better. Yeah, if I practice and memorize, learn where some of these potential obstacles are, then I can make better use of them. Now this ground here is pretty tough on the feet, so I'm going to change out my this is a different kind of concrete. It's very tough to run on, and I'm getting down here into the coulee bottom where there's not going to be any nice smooth concrete for my barefoot running. So I'm going to change into these water shoes, which is what I was wearing when I was running through the tall grass on the top of the coulee too, which is a little bit dangerous because there are rattlesnakes on the top of the coulee, and I did come across one garter snake that just barely scrambled out of my way, and I barely avoided stepping on him. If that had been a rattlesnake, I might have been in trouble. So but I think the main thing is, the rattlesnakes don't really care that much for the tall grass. They like some open stuff. So really you're kind of more in danger on a dirt path along the coulee tops than you would be running straight through tall grass. But you never know. I have come across rattlesnakes in tall grass and had them strike at me, though the grass impeded them actually being able to bite. I have had that happen in the past, or actually being able to hit me. So yeah, the sweet clover is in flower. Sweet clover flower itself is not bad as a kind of a vanilla taste in tea, but I think more useful is waiting for their seeds, gathering a lot of their seeds, and using them to produce sprouts. That's what I plan to do this year. Here's the yellow sweet clover, using that seeds to produce sprouts. It's very similar to alfalfa sprouts. It's just another kind of clover, just like alfalfa. The difference is alfalfa seeds grow in a little twirled kind of bean pod and are actually a lot more difficult to collect than the sweet clover seeds. So there's a lot of alfalfa out here too. It's right here, for instance. That's all alfalfa. All those clover-like flowers are in bloom, but the seeds won't be too far along behind, and I want to gather a lot of clover seeds for making sprouts over the winter as just something to eat.